podcast dedicated to the lore, legends, and myths surrounding the creatures that may lurk in your backyard. My name's Hewitt.
I'm Chris.
How you doing, man?
Well, kind of exhausted with school.
Yeah, you've had, 4 courses over the course of 2 months?
3, but, it's a truncated semester. So the way it works is, there's, summer 1 and summer 2. 2 classes started at summer 1, and then, on July, literally the as soon as we did
4th of July.
That's when my introduction to business happened. And it was just all, they're just, throwing as much stuff at me. And now it's I got to take 2 certifications. I got to write a paper. And then I got to do 2 tests. The comprehensive exams. And I was going to do one this morning before I came over here. But they didn't send me the stuff to sign in with the proctor. So
that sucks.
I sent them a message. It's I would like to get, fortunately, if I miss this, it's not going to count against my grade.
Yeah.
I'm still going to pass the class. I mean, I think I have a 94 in the class, so.
Hey, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm doing good. But it's still frustrating because I would like the certification just to throw it on my resume. Because it's all, it's not super big certifications. They're all business professional, customer service certifications. Just things that you would mostly a lot of the classes honestly were things I already learned working in the food service industry. When it comes to body language, when it comes to how to talk to people, how to phrase things. The only thing is more technical stuff with resumes and shit. But no, it's been frustrating. I'm going to go home after we get done with this, and I'm going to do a test, and then maybe work on my, if I feel like it, work on my paper.
You know what I'm going to do when we get done with this?
You're going to go eat pizza.
I'm going to go to Utility Brewing in Ruston and have pizza with.
Yeah, fuck you.
You know what you should do after your test, though?
What?
Send me a message, and then we play cowboy game.
I might do that. I'll see.
He's not going to. Future Chris is I didn't do that.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I don't know, though. I played around with it. Your guy is, naked, just running around.
But you can get clothes very quickly at the very beginning. You just have to buy them. However, I got hit by a buffalo so hard in that game, it knocked my clothes off.
Okay, so is it RV There Yet?
It's a little bit. You start out with a certain amount of money.
Because I'll say this about RV There Yet. It was fun.
You rage quitted so hard.
I did crash out a few times. But one of the big problems I had with that game is, it's not in early access, but there are so many things where I'm just, looking at it, and I'm y'all. And I get, look, if anyone gets mad at me because it's an indie game, look, I get it, but I have played indie games, even 2-person indie games, and they still don't add fucking Comic Sans as the writing, or just use paint to use signs. It's I was looking at that shit, especially when it has nice art.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just see this cheaply made, quickly made art on the side. Maybe I'm just being mean because I was crashing out at the game.
I think the game also does that to make you do that.
Just for me to specifically for me.
I feel like they made a game that's slightly glitchy and has some low points in it because they were trying to make a game that people would stream. And what's the best part of streaming a multiplayer game? Is when somebody does something really stupid. When we played Repo, the best moments are when one of us did something stupid.
Play Repo again, by the way, because they get a whole customization options now, and they added new stuff. And I just of all the quote, and I hate this term, but it's what younger folks are calling them now, is friend slop. which is like stuff like Peak and Repo and RV there yet.
I miss Peak.
Like, of all the games, it's like Repo is probably my favorite because I think it's the funnest in terms of like escalating gameplay, and just the gameplay loop itself is.
I'm going to say this. Do you want to know how bad? Yeah, I stopped playing Tactics for a little bit recently because I've just burned out on grinding everybody to level 99. I started playing Valheim again, and I have completely urbanized a section of the original island we were on. I've built a whole city.
Okay.
With multiple houses, and I've also clear-cut roads to where I'm now going to eventually build roads and just keep building cities. Like, I'm not trying to do anything else in that game. I'm in create mode.
Here's the question. Are you going to restart once it's in 1.0 or?
What, Valheim?
Yeah.
It's not in 1.0 yet?
It's not in 1.0 yet.
I mean, if they don't destroy my freaking server,
I don't think they're going to destroy your server.
Like, if we all want to play it, I will drop us back off in the ridiculousness that is the soulless server with fork butts and
like, what we might do for TBA, we might actually do like a 1.0 stream, and we all just like create our own. I've actually been playing a little bit of Pal World now because I bought it like a while back, and I kind of bounced off of it because it was kind of glitchy and kind of meh. But I've been playing it now. It's fun.
Apparently, if you breed Osiris with Bassett, you get a whale.
I had no idea. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, I just beat the first like tower boss in dungeon, and I got a giant penguin. And it's a giant owl. I named him Hootenanny.
Hootenanny. That's actually pretty good.
Yeah. I got like a dream pal,
mm-hmm.
and I named him Bowie. I got one named Chauncey. Because it's just like this fiery reindeer with like a bow, and I'm like, your name's Chauncey now.
I mean, in Tactics, like several people in Tactics have finalized their class pattern. Like your character, the character I named after you and the character I named after myself have maxed out their stuff because like it's weird. Some character or some of the units like get XP and XP doesn't matter more. Most everybody's level 99, but most folks are getting JP at different levels.
Right.
So your character is a wizard with the samurai backup skill. So the reason I did that is the samurai skills are all based off of magic. The black wizard or dark wizard from Final Fantasy Tactics has the highest magic stat. I then did equip gun and gave you a lightning gun because guns are based off of magic.
Kind of. In a way, yeah.
No, in Tactics, guns are based off of magic completely.
Oh,
and then originally you had teleport as your movement, but it fails if you try to go beyond a certain movement pace or space. So I just gave you movement +3 because you rocked out as a bard for a while.
I just had a lot, like, you're just like recreating my 20s when I'm just like jumping between jobs.
So your character does that and is one of the highest damage dealers on average. My character, I might change his class, but he's a monk with the bard singing backup ability. So if he's really far away or I'm saying that his attacks are not doing anything, he just starts singing to make everybody faster.
Okay.
He's got movement +3, but he also has double strike or double equip. So instead of like the ninja skill where you can wield 2 swords, he punches twice, and he's punching for 500 damage a pop.
Oh, God.
But Nox and Frecky gain so much JP, and they are both at a point that they're like 3 jobs away from mastering every class. So both of them are being switched to all the other classes so that they can...
So you're just going to have...
2 units that have mastered everything.
Yeah, you're just going to have... just 2 people that are like Super Saiyans on your fucking team.
M's character has maxed out her progression. She's a samurai with the dual wield, so she's wielding 2 katanas, and that does a ton of dumb damage. She has the counter ability, so if you hit her, she just hits you back twice. And then her backup ability is dance, because male units can become bards, female units can become dancers. And dancers do damage to everybody on the field that's a bad guy. Nace's character has the backup skill dancer. Frecky's character has the backup skill dancer. Ruby's character, I'm moving so I can get the backup skill dancer because it just becomes a JP and job point and experience hog of an ability. So there's just one map where I have one person that's actually keeping everybody else alive and keeping everything away from them. And then 4 people dancing. What's happening? Oh, I did like 200 damage in a round. How?
I was previously playing one. I just like I got into Pile World, but I was playing Armored Core and I hit a fucking wall.
It happens so many times in that series.
Because the way it works, you have your normal missions, and then you have your arena. And arena is specifically against other ACs, so it's like a duel.
Yeah. And
I'm in the B ranks. I'm about halfway through the B ranks, but there's one, I think his name's like Cold Call or Dead Sled or something like that. I think his handle is Cold Call, his AC is Dead Sled. And holy shit, locking his ass down just isn't in the cards for me because he's too quick. And then like when I try to get close, he's like, I'm gonna fucking missile your ass. And I'm like, yeah, that I'm locked in on that. And then like on the missions, I haven't even touched the mission. So I was just like, I'm just gonna play Pal World and just collect, off-brand Pokemon.
Cyberpunk's been trying to call to me, and I'm like, I don't have money and time for you, Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk's a really good game, especially Phantom Liberty. I will say this. It's one of those, it's like, it's advertised, it used to be advertised more as like an RPG. It feels like, at best, an action RPG, but it is, like, the combat is very first-person shootery, but, like, the way when I played it, I beat it with cybernetics, or with hacking.
Did you hack Atom Smasher until he spazzed out?
Yeah, I just, like, because I just got my hacking, like, I got my hacking skills all the way up, so I could, like, hack cars and make them run into people, and, like, I could just do some crazy shit with hacking, or, like, if I was in, like, a stealth mission, I could, like, black out, like, multiple people and just, go crack their neck and shit.
Here's the problem is you're talking about games I do want to play. It's kind of like Baldur's Gate 3. I want to play it. Am I ever going to? Probably not, because I do not have the ability to dedicate that time right now because of toddler. Like today.
I mean, maybe when she gets a little bit older.
Yeah, but now it's been like since I was gone for 4 days to Atlanta, Daddy is the favorite person. Like, I'm surprised we're not hearing her.
Yeah.
Right now, because she has been, like, last night we went to bed and my in-laws are here, so they are in her room. I slept on 4 inches of my mattress.
Well, she is at that point to where, like being a toddler, where if you're gone for any extended period, she's, like, the toddler is now suddenly on mom or dad, right?
Well, I was gone, and so she's been on top. Like, last night, literally, she slept on top of me all night and had me on the edge of the bed.
Okay, yeah. So she's like...
And she kept kicking my wife, so my wife was then on the edge of the other bed. So here we are in a queen-size bed, and the smallest individual has like 80% of the bed, and the 2 of us are on 10% of the bed.
Okay, so she kind of made a cavern between you two.
But she just laid on me and like kept back. Like, if I shifted, her little butt scooted over to wherever I was. And I'm like, I tried to shift so I could actually on my tummy, child, and now you're trying to get under me. Stop this. I'm chonky. Anyway, what are we actually talking about?
Actually, I'm sorry. Both episodes we've done today.
We have no transition.
We just been talking, but I have something that's pretty small comparison to what we've done. But have you ever heard? God damn it. Have you ever heard of the Alabama white thang?
I've heard about the white thang.
You heard about the white thang?
It's slightly different from their white sauce, which is actually not as terrible as you think it is, even though it's a mayonnaise-based barbecue.
Look, here's the thing. Like, what I try to tell people, like, anyone that's not from the South or not from, like, the U.S., like, you get this with biscuits and gravy. Like, people look at biscuits and gravy and they're like, that looks like shit. It's like, yeah, it does. It looks awful. Taste it.
The number of Brits that got a hold of biscuits and gravy during FIFA. Oh my God, I love watching them. As I was like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I can't eat those right now because I got to make sure my A1 stuff is down because that's nothing but carbs covered with liquid carbs.
Oh, you got to worry about your...
I'm not, if I don't do anything, I might become pre-diabetic.
Oh, yeah. That Ruby was in that situation for a while, but...
Really?
Yeah. Well, she used to consume a lot more sugar than she does now. Like, here's the thing. You can be skinny and still be in that pre-diabetic.
This is true. There's moose.
Yeah. But, so the white thang, and specifically it is called the Alabama white thang, not white thing, because...
It's Thang. Thang.
Is a Bigfoot, or a cat, kangaroo, cryptid, commonly seen in north and central Alabama. Most sightings cluster around the Etowah County, with reports extending to neighboring counties, including Marshall, Blount, St. Clair,
Blount
Coleman,
County.
Morgan, our Blount. It's Blount.
Oh, I thought there was just Blount County in Alabama.
420 Blazing County. They wouldn't have that in fucking Alabama.
Around Huntsville, they probably would.
Okay.
Huntsville's fucking weird, man. You got the descendants of Nazis and like all the liberals in Alabama moved there.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. But Morgan and Jefferson, there's apparently like a triangle in north. I forget what the counties were, but there's like a somewhat of a triangle.
The White Thing Triangle.
Is the White Thing Triangle. So this is a creature that varies in appearance. So it's not a creature that's been very consistent over the years. Sometimes it's seen as a Bigfoot or Bigfoot-like creature, which is what I've heard most.
That's what I've heard the most, is the White Thing is basically an albino Bigfoot.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. However, it is actually also been said to be a cat or a lion. It has even been described as a kangaroo-like creature or a kangaroo with a cat's head.
You know what? I now want to know more about kangaroo cat head.
It is said to been walk on 2 legs, 4 legs, or both. So some of the stories are like when it's just walking, it's on 2 legs, but when it's getting ready to like really run, it'll go on all 4s. That's some of the stories.
Are we just? I hate to say this because it's probably when you're going to go through like and debunking. Are we just talking about like an unfortunate like albino bear?
I mean, we'll get to that. But I'm not saying like you're on the money, but I think you're in the ballpark. So regardless, there have been some consistent features, which is thick white fur, and sometimes it has been said to have like fur around the neck. I've seen it described as mane, as like a mane sort of thing, but I've seen other ones say it's not, but it's always had like really thick white fur.
Well, I mean, if you look at any Bigfoot thing, and eventually we need to talk about the Patterson film, Bigfoot always has had a lot of hair on like that big like trapezoidal, what's that, trapezius?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it's like it's always hair, and I could see like if it's not a Bigfoot or you don't want to think it's a Bigfoot, like that musculature having all that hair there does give a mane like.
And it could just be like matted fur, or it could just be like any other sort of features. But it usually like there's like a thickness in fur that is around the neck and chest area. It sometimes has a tail, but not all the time.
Are we sure it's a tail?
Yeah, 7 to 8 feet tall, incredibly agile. It's always said to be agile. So, and like even some stories having it being able to climb trees and like zip through the forest, even in like situations where you're like the forest is... If you've ever been in a forest...
It's hard to move fast through them
Yeah.
unless you know what you're doing.
Like, there's a lot of movies where they have, like, forests, and it's just, like, kind of open areas with trees scattered about. It's like in a real forest.
There's undergrowth. There's so much freaking
brush and...
Okay, when we went with Devin to camp years ago, how quickly did we run into stickers if we weren't on the exact right path of the trail?
Yeah. But yeah, there is also red eyes, of course.
Red eye shine or just red eyes?
I've seen it described as red eyes, glowing eyes. Sometimes it doesn't have eyes. A loud shriek compared to a woman screaming. That should be a...
That sounds a lot like a mountain lion.
Yeah. A musky or foul odor, or just like kind of an old odor. I saw one say that it had the odor of rotting fish, but that was only like... The thing is, it's like... Here's the thing. There are some consistencies between all the stories, but there's so much variation between everything.
Well, I mean, the thing is,
And
with any cryptid, every cryptid seems to stink. Be it the grass man.
Well, especially like southern cryptids.
Like Paramount Fair.
Falcon Monster.
Falcon Monster. Honey Island.
Skunk Ape.
Like I said, grass man. All of them have an odor to them, but think about it. Like, if you have an outside dog, they get a funk. You can bathe them as much as you want.
Artax.
There's always like a Cheeto funk.
Like Artax, like you can bathe him, and then like in 2 days he's like especially if he's out in like the brush or grass, he's like, how did you get this smelly, dude? And then he just sits there and looks like...
He's like, I rolled in my own crap, my dude.
So, some say the sightings started around the early 1900s, but the earliest documented sightings, from what I've seen, started in the 1940s.
What's with the 40s and the 70s for cryptids, man?
I think it's just, like, that's when, like, communication really started getting widespread, and like things would travel, of course, in like the 18 and early 1900s before then, but this is when like we had established roads. This is when like telegrams really...
Well, 40s, we're talking about radio.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just saying, like, if you saw something weird moving through the backwoods of Alabama back in the 1800s, you probably didn't tell anybody a goddamn thing.
Yeah. But here's the thing, and I'm going to get into some of the stories, but the story does not have like a specific origin point, like the Falcon Monster or the Honey Island Swamp Monster, as we mentioned before.
So NASA is not involved.
NASA's not involved. There's no circus. There's no tape, or there's no like specific story that popularized the creature. It just kind of organically grew out of legends during the time. But most of the legends that you see start popping up in the 1940s. So even though there's not like one story that you can be like, that is the definitive White Thang story right there, we know in the 1930s, 1940s, that's when
most of the white things started coming out the woods.
Yeah. But it's often sighted in heavily wooded or swampy areas. So it's not going to be in like South Alabama, for instance. It's not going to be near Mobile or anything like that.
No, that's the Wolfwoman's territory.
Yeah.
Cryptids are incredibly territorial and respect each other's franchisee status.
The fucking Jersey Devil just goes a little bit too south, and fucking Mothman's like, hey!
No, Snarlagaster.
Snarlagaster's like, hey, what are you doing out here?
No, we did mispronounce that one. Snarlagaster, not Snarlygaster, right?
Yeah, I forget. It's been a while, but...
There's another creature called the Snarlygaster, too. In Florida?
There's so many different... Like, that's the thing. It's like a lot of these creatures just... There's like so many different variations.
Bigfoot has the best franchising stuff.
Yeah, because he's everywhere. And he has offshoots.
So,
like, technically, this creature has an offshoot, and I didn't really get into it too much because I just wanted to focus on the White Thang. But it actually has like a regional offshoot in the area next to like a creek. And I wish I remembered the name, but like it's going to come back to me.
The soggy bottom, almost white thing.
The not quite white thing?
It's the off-white thing. It is wedding lace thing. Not quite white. More ivory.
Here's another thing about it. Unlike many of the cryptids we've talked about in the past, this one is often depicted or not depicted, but it's often said to be non-aggressive to humans. So despite its imposing and scary appearance, there's no account of it actually harming anyone. Like, it doesn't, like because you hear, there are, like, Bigfoot stories, someone's like, oh no, it punched me.
It kidnapped me and kept me with its family for, like, 3 months.
I lured it out with ribs, and then it, like...
Chris, that's just you hoping Bigfoot shows up to try your ribs and give you a thumbs up.
He gives me a thumbs down. I'm like, oh.
Goes, 6 months. And the next thing you know, Bigfoot comes out with a set of elk ribs that are amazing, and we just have a cryptid cookout.
And he's like, yeah, that's right. You like them.
Mothman brings potato salad and fights somebody when they try to add raisins.
God, that would be... What are we even talking about anymore?
We want a cryptid cookout.
We just want a cryptid cookout. But yeah, it is known to stalk and follow people, though.
So it's like, I'm not going to hurt you. I'm just
kind of curious about though it is said to, like, harm, like, livestock and everything like that.
Well, that's because it's going to associate those with food. But it's like, hey, you got an iPhone?
Yeah.
I kind of want to see what an iPhone looks like.
Or, you're hunting in the woods and it's like...
Oh, did you shoot that deer? Fucking mine now.
Ribs. Okay.
I gotta go bitch slap this dude down in Louisiana with my deer and elk ribs.
So, there are... Like, I actually, like, looking up the accounts and different stories about this, there's a lot. I kind of narrowed it down to just 4, because I figure we don't need to go through a
solid
bunch.
Number holds up a table.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're very short. Like, I'm going over, like, what is called, in the 1930s and 40s, the play ball hunters and ball play hunters. I switched it up there. They're in Ball Play Swamp and Hoax Bluff and Etowah County. So this is one of the, like, oldest stories. So 1930s, 1940s. A group of raccoon hunters. It doesn't say that on the...
No, I know. Okay, being from the South, if that word gets dropped, most of us immediately assume they're hunting raccoons. However...
Yeah,
when there's some historical reference, we know that they are hunting.
Yeah.
Other individuals.
Now, as you know, when you're hunting raccoons, you can hunt on your own, but you can often hunt in a group, and you have dogs. Dogs usually chase down.
It's similar to, like, fox hunting to a degree.
Yeah. The hunters spotted a large white creature following them through the woods. And rather than confront them, but yeah, their dogs were frightened, and having been stalked by this creature, they decided, we're just going to leave the area.
You know what? I think that's a really good idea. If a 7-foot white thing was following me too long, I think I'd want to leave too.
Yeah, and this was more of a, again, this doesn't give much description, but it is like a tall 7 to 8 foot creature with white fur that is falling.
Look, dude, if it was Kane from the WWE covered in hair coming out of the woods at me in the middle of the night, I'm leaving.
Yeah, no, it's just, if I see anything in the woods that's that big, I'm like,
nope.
Yeah, I'm not fucking with it. I'm 6'4". If I see anything taller than me that I don't know what it is,
that's a whole fucking problem.
I mean, shit. If something is shorter than me but is like 5'5", 5'4", and I don't know what it is, that's still pretty fucking scary to me.
Look, any creature that like a black bear. Most black bear currently in our state are around 5.5 feet tall when they stand up, and they will wreck your shit.
And to be clear, black bears aren't gonna go out and fuck you up for no reason.
Unless there's something wrong with them or you've done something to them.
Yeah, or if they're like protecting their
young.
Yeah.
Or if they found, 5 pounds of fucking cocaine in the Georgia woods.
Yeah. So, another encounter, also in Etowah County in the 1940s, a woman recalled a childhood encounter while drawing water from a well. She saw a large white creature standing near the edge of the woods watching her, and she ran into the house after seeing it. So, again, these are not like...
I'm just going to say this. How... that story would hold up in the 1800s with, like, things like the Watchers and other stuff, like... Or the fucking Fae, like...
Here's the thing. Like, this doesn't seem like a lot. This is just a basic story, but this is just...
No, that to me, that's like... When the more details you give me in a cryptid encounter, the less likely I am to believe it. Like, I saw something weird at the woods and I ran into my house.
And the thing is, this is just one of, like, multiple different, like, little stories. And I'm going to get into the article I found it from here in a minute. But yeah, other notable details were, like, remembered hearing, like, eerie nighttime cries, which, again, that could be mountain lions.
Well, I mean, first off, Appalachia is not supposed to have mountain lions. That's an entirely separate cryptid.
Really?
I
thought mountain lions were...
Mountain lions are not supposed to be in Appalachia. We supposedly hunted them.
We had mountain lions.
No, we don't.
We don't?
No. Unless it's the one that escaped from our zoo when we were kids and made it all the way down to Columbia before getting shot by somebody because it was coming up into his deer stand. Oh. But we don't have, like, most cougars / mountain lions are going to be more towards the West Coast because we hunted most of the big cat predators on the East Coast to extinction. I know that
wolves in the East Coast are pretty much donezo.
Pretty much. Yeah,
Midwest.
Well, not even the Midwest. Mostly like UP, getting closer to Canada, and then when you get out to the Great Plains and get over towards, because we've reintroduced them, wolves are coming back. But like mountain lions are mostly in the Rockies. But there is a whole cryptid about big cats in Appalachia. They're not.
Yeah. I think we went over that.
No, well, we've mentioned the wampus, but
yeah,
what I'm saying is that there's like it's kind of like the black cats of England. Like England used to have large feline predators, and they're not supposed to be around anymore, but there's still videos that pop up every so often of what the fuck is that? That looks like a really big cat.
Right.
Out in the field. But like, even if it was a mountain lion in Alabama, that's supposed to be so rare. Like, again, like the mountain lions of Appalachia are a completely different cryptid.
Yeah.
So no matter what, maybe a bobcat, because when bobcats scream, they sound like a woman.
Yeah.
But I shouldn't say that. They sound like a woman getting killed is most of the time what you hear.
Yeah. I mean, I've heard bobcat scream. It is frightening.
You're like, oh shit.
But in the next one I'm going to is the 1950s in the Rainbow City and mountain communities. You hear multiple reported strange screams coming from the woods. And, of course, some people thought it was the White Thang. Few witnesses. And this is just, again, I don't know why I have to keep reiterating, but it's like a lot of the stories are just like either a singular person or a group of people heard something strange. And in this case, in Rainbow City, it's just a few people actually saw the creature. But there's no, like, references of, like when you look at like Falk Monster,
it's not reaching in your window trying to like give you a hug. It's not getting shot and like walking it off.
Big fucking like spectacle. It's like we're hearing weird things. We look out and we see this big white mass in the woods.
There was a large white individual in the woods at the edge of my property.
Now, last one is the Egypt community and surrounding areas, also in Etowah County. Older residents recall hearing the White Thing stories from parents and grandparents. Later generations reported hearing the same unexplained screams in the woods. So, like, this is just, like, not only is it just, like, you're hearing it from, like, the 30s and 40s, but, like, intergenerational. They're hearing the same things.
Well, the thing is like, I could understand that most of this stuff is getting written down in the 40s because we actually had projects through the New Deal to write down folklore.
Right.
I'm pretty sure, like, people talked about, hey, you don't go in the woods because there's a big white thing out there.
Yeah. Like, and, like, we talk about, like, I mean, it's a jokey thing calling it the White Thing, but that, like, literally, they probably were just looking, like, because the Rougarou, if you consider the name Rougarou, it's like just another name for man-wolf.
Yeah.
And so they're just sitting out there looking, and they're saying, watch out for the White Thing. It's just a thing that's out in the woods.
You know what? That's the title of this episode.
What?
Watch out for that white thing.
Yeah. Shit. But all of these stories can be found at the Vagabond Strange Happenings Around Ottawa County, a column in the Gadsden Messenger, which I believe was 2015. The column is a collection of incidents over the decades, not just a handful of accounts, but like a huge collection. I think a lot of these were like from part 4 or 5. So there's a lot of it. And this just kind of goes into like the idea that this creature doesn't, I think this creature is more folkloric than it is like an actual cryptid to me.
I mean, I know you're saying you kind of did this short, which, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and say this, and you can edit it out or not. Stop apologizing because it's shorter. Just because we do research different.
That's what she said.
High five. I'm saying stop apologizing because you and I do different styles of research.
But yeah. So, when it comes to the column, it's an interesting read, but I saw a lot of different stories, and a lot of the stories are too short. Like, the last one I did was just a lot of people grew up listening to the stories and then experienced them themselves, which creates kind of like an intergenerational sort of connection.
Welcome to Dairy type situation.
Yeah, or just like, you know, here in Louisiana, you hear about the Rougarou. Family passes down those stories, and then the kids experience the same thing, yada yada yada. And from what I've read, the skeptical viewpoints, there isn't really a lot, just because like this is such a regional thing. In fact, when it comes to the pop culture, there isn't a lot of stuff in terms of pop culture because it's so regional. Like, we know about it. We've heard about it because we're, like, into, like, cryptids and shit. But, like, it's not like the Mothman. It's not like Bigfoot, which has a bunch of media, which has shown up in just everything. This is one of those where it's like, you might have seen it in, like, a ghost show or a cryptid show.
Or whenever that really one weird Bigfoot show that was on Discovery Channel has to go deal with the different flavor of Bigfoot.
Yeah. So it's one of those things where it's like it shows up in an offshoot somewhere, but it's still a very regional thing. Now, for me, I wanted to go over what I want to say from a skeptical standpoint is like I mean, obviously, stuff like misidentified creatures, pareidolia, things like that. Obviously, when it comes to glowing red eyes, the first thing you think is eye shine.
Yeah.
Like, we constantly talked about that. I would also say that, like, outside of just albinism being a thing, being a rare thing, but still a thing in the woods, I would say that some creatures, and I did write down mountain lions, but since you said...
Well, I mean, I might not be 100% correct on that, but I do believe it's one of those.
Like, if you see a deer in the woods...
If a deer stands on its back legs, one, we're immediately going to start assuming that it's like a skinwalker or something.
Yeah, but if you see a deer in low light, that deer isn't white, but it might appear that way because...
Well, think about horses, man. Like, there's there's a very famous TikTok and Vine video where someone was like camping and then like 3 horses stuck their heads in and it's pitch black and all you see is roughly the shape of a horse head and then their eyes glowing at you. And all it is horses going like, hey man, what's up?
Yeah.
But immediately it becomes creepy as hell.
Right. Was it their horses?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So their horses were just like, hey.
Why are you sleeping in the trailer, bro?
And they were just like chilling out. But no. Like my thing is, it's like it could be multiple things just because over the generations we report different types of white things. We report like different noises. Like there's variations there. I did actually see someone say, I forget what YouTube video. I actually turned it off because I was like, this is a bit
Burger
much.
King foot lettuce.
No, there's like, yeah, the white thing is like an allegory for the KKK, and I'm like, this is Alabama, dude. And
they don't do allegory about that. Some people in that state very proud.
Yeah. I mean,
now at the same time, I can kind of get
where they're coming from, but I like from what I've seen, it's a lot of it's not like a lot of the stories aren't coming from like predominantly black communities. They're coming from like white communities. And white people are not going to be like. I'm just going to say this now. Most white people, especially in that time, are not going to be scared of the KKK.
I would because
I'm just saying
you have more of a reason than me, but I've become more outspoken about some of my stuff recently.
Yeah. But yeah, so my sources are the Moulton Advisor, legendary Alabama White Thang, and Cortland Slaw Thing. The Slaw Thing is what I was talking about. Enigma Lawrence.
The Slaw Thing?
The Slaw Thing.
He shows
Slough. Oh,
slow, like the slow furnace.
Is it slaw or slow?
It might be slow, but you know about the slaw furnace I'm talking about that's like one of the most haunted spots in Alabama?
Okay.
So maybe if it's spelled like that, it might be the same thing.
Okay.
Because all I'm thinking is like the slaw thing, like this motherfucker shows up at every cryptid cookout and all he brings is the same tired ass 90%
coleslaw,
mostly mayonnaise coleslaw.
So you have Bigfoot with the ribs, and then his cousin, the sloth thing, comes in here. I got me some,
and it's just mostly mayonnaise, and you can kind of see some freaking shredded iceberg give you the shits lettuce.
Why would you put lettuce? Okay, wait, no.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna have to defend coleslaw here for a minute because a good coleslaw can be good. Like, why are you putting lettuce in coleslaw?
I'm making a joke about how bad it is, man. That's why nobody wants to hang out with the slaw thing. Like, okay, I grew up in a Southern Baptist church. You know how much really bad coleslaw I had?
That's fair. Okay.
Like, they didn't use cabbage. They used iceberg lettuce, carrots, and mayonnaise.
That sounds fucking terrifying.
Do you see why when you gave me slaw the first time and I was surprised slaw was good?
I think most people have that with the German slaw, but especially since it's not mayonnaise based. It's like vinegar and yeah. Anyway, so the Gavson Messenger, the Vagabond Strange Happening Around Etowah County. So that was like the 2015 column I was talking about. Outdoor Hub, Hunting Alabama's legendary white thang. Strange and Twisted, Alabama White Thing, The Strange Cryptid Creature Up the South, Splatter Files, Alabama White Thing.
That's because it was the slaw thing, and that one, that's why it was splatter, because it was 90% fucking mayonnaise. Just hit your plate.
Wikipedia for various things, but yeah, that's everything.
Cool. You know what? I really love this, because I've intentionally left Bigfoot-related stories alone for you.
I like look. I'm one of those people that can be very skeptical, generally about like ghosts and like cryptids and everything. But I leave the door open for Bigfoot, so I love reading.
You leave the door open and leave a kettle on for Bigfoot.
Yeah, I'll leave a kettle on for Bigfoot and make sure.
I've gotten that way with Mothman. My wife is making fun of me because how much I love Mothman.
Mothman's great. I mean, okay, I will say this. front doors left open for Bigfoot, side doors left open for Mothman.
I thought you were going to say back door, and I was going to start laughing because of them cheeks.
I mean, Mothman always leave that back door open, if you know what I mean.
Oh, Mothman's coming. He's going to be here in 5 minutes. You can hear it.
Anyway, we are Backwoods Obscura. We release every Tuesday. Someday we'll have Patreon stuff, but we're also Brouhaha and Team Bonus Action.
Brouhaha will be updating the 20th of August with Pilsners and Pretzels. Hope you tune in for it. That was actually a ton of fun for us. We actually started to move into our new direction, give a little bit of history on the beverages we do enjoy drinking. And Team Bonus Action is a group of friends who like to play video games and tabletop games and donate to charity. Most of the time we're saying give to the Travel Project or the ACLU or something to help with food security. Yeah, or the food security. But by the time this goes up in August, we will have switched to the last quarter of our donation recommendations. And that will be to the Children's Medical Network of Hospitals through Extra Life. All proceeds will go to Children's of Mississippi in Jackson, a children's hospital that my son used to go to for neurology, and serves a very much in need community in the state because it is one of the only children's hospitals in the state.
Especially now.
Yeah.
I say that a lot, especially now.
Especially now. But I mean, it's one of the only children's hospitals in the state now. So if you're in the northern end of Mississippi, you still have to go to Jackson. That's 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and also the reason we always want to support this charity is because we don't want parents to have to choose between bills and their children's medical bills, or especially getting closer and closer, like when we actually have Extra Life Weekend, choosing between giving Christmas gifts to the children or paying for medical bills.
Right.
So because of the hellscape that is our healthcare system in this country, we recommend that you donate. And if you tune in to TBA, or if you tune into Brouhaha when it streams, we're going to be switching to our blue background soon, and we will have our donations page up with the tracker. And I think our goal is going to be $1,500 again this year.
Yeah. And I'll say this much, even if you don't tune in, just donate, because people shouldn't have to pay medical bills or choose between medical bills and
food.
Yeah. Because, once again, our system sucks. But
and the addition of this is, even if you kind of want to blow it off, no one wants to be a parent and deal with the stress of having to choose between those.
Right. No, that is super important. And before we get on our soapbox, we're going to say, I hope you have a good day or night or whatever time it is over there.
Oh, no. Oh, no, the white thing's coming out the bush.
Oh, no!
Oh, it's not as impressive.
His cheeks aren't that good.